Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now we have come to case number 5, which is where your tangent is even, your secant is odd. So what should you do in this case? So whenever you have tangent squared x, you need to change it to secant squared x minus 1. And after that, you need to apply IBP, integration by parts. So let's see the first example here. Integrate tangent squared 2 theta secant 2 theta d theta. Okay, so first of all, this angle here is not a single variable, so we need to use substitution. Let a as 2 theta, so dA over d theta is just 2, therefore d theta is just dA over 2. So now let's change everything in terms of a. So now you have integrate tangent squared a secant a dA over 2. So this is a constant, so let's take it out, 1 over 2. Let's focus for this function here, tangent squared a secant a. So you can see here that this is case number 5 because your tangent is even and your secant is odd. So let's do this. Whenever you have tangent squared a, let's change it with secant squared a minus 1. So let's exchange this. So let's look at it again. 1 over 2 is constant, put it outside. So integrate, tangent squared a is secant squared a minus 1. Secant a, just rewrite it back, and this is left with dA. Then let's expand this. This is just 1 over 2. Integrate secant to the power of 3a dA minus 1 over 2 secant a dA. So now this is straightforward because we have in our formula list integrate of secant a dA. So you can look at it later. Now let's focus here. 1 over 2 integrate secant cube a dA. So here let's follow our guideline. We need to use IBP. So let's take this here. Integrate secant cube a dA is just equal to integrate secant a secant squared a dA. Now, the one with secant a here, let it as u. So u is equal to secant a. And this one here, secant squared a dA, let's put it as dv. So dv is equal to secant squared a dA. So now let's focus on secant a here. Let's differentiate. Du over dA is equal to secant a tangent a. And for dv here, let's integrate. So integrate dv is just v. Integrate secant squared a dA is just tangent a. So I finish with arranging this. So let's open up the formula for IBP. This is just equal to uv minus integrate v du. So let's do this. U v minus integrate v du. And just write it here. So now let's focus on this term here. Tangent and tangent is the same term, so this is just integrate tangent squared secant a dA. So now again we have the case of tangent even and secant odd. So let's open up this one. This is just secant squared a minus 1 multiplied by secant a dA. And let's expand this. We will have secant a tangent a minus integrate secant cube a dA minus secant a dA. So now, let's see here. I hope you can see that this is a common term. So this is the case of IBP of special cases, all right, where along the way you can get the question back. So let's do this. Let's just take this to the other side, to your left-hand side, so that ayam plus ayam, you'll get 2 ayam. Okay, so 2 integrate secant cube a dA. So this will be equal to secant a tangent a. Rewrite this back. And let's solve this. Integrate secant a dA. Just look at your formula list. This is just ln in modulus secant a plus tangent a. And let's solve this. We want this one here. So let's bring 2 to the other side. Integrate secant cube a dA. This will become 1 over 2. In bracket, you'll have secant a tangent a plus ln secant a plus tangent a. Just rewrite it back. So now let's substitute the value here. So we will have, this is 1 over 2. So this is the answer just now. Just cut and paste. Minus 1 over 2. So let's solve this one. Integrate secant a dA. This is just ln secant a plus tangent a. And don't forget to write plus c. So let's solve everything. Expand first, okay, and then solve. So this is a common term, so be careful, solve it carefully. And finally, let's change back all our a here to become 2 theta. So this is our final answer here, 1/4 of secant 2 theta tangent 2 theta minus ln secant 2 theta tangent 2 theta in modulus. And don't forget to write plus c. Therefore, this is your final answer.